It came from above. As the plane began its ascent, I felt my stomach twist. I gripped my seat tighter, feeling the old fear creeping back. It had been 15, maybe 20 years since I'd last flown. And my wife leaned over, her voice breaking my thoughts. "John, honey, are you feeling all right? You look so pale." "No, I just haven't eaten much today, that's all," I lied, cursing my decision to take the window seat. I had tried to offer it to Anne before we boarded, but she insisted she didn't want it, not knowing about my deep-seated fear of flying. I never told her about the fear that had haunted me since childhood. Heights weren't the issue, it was something far more sinister. I shuddered at the thought of the incident that scarred me for life. The seatbelt sign switched off, and a flight attendant came by with a basket of candies for clogged ears. And took one immediately, but I hesitated, feeling something was off. And scolded me, "John Calver, for God's sake, she's talking to you." Embarrassed, I grabbed a candy, and was annoyed, and I knew I had made things worse. "Sorry, I'm just not feeling very well, I'd better get some sleep." And looked worried. "Are you sure that's all there is to it? Did anything happen to you while I was looking away?" "Yes, just leave me alone, will you?" My reply was harsher than intended and backed off, clearly upset. I turned towards the window, trying to find a comfortable position to sleep. It was stormy outside, with lightning illuminating the dark clouds. I hoped sleep would bring some relief. But then, the nightmare began. I found myself in an older airplane. A stewardess in a dark blue uniform with an ascot tied around her neck stood above me. "Would you like to come over, little one?" she asked. Confused, I heard my mother's voice next to me. "Come on, John," answered to the nice lady. I turned around. Mother, my long-gone mother, was sitting there, and I realized I had small, childlike arms. I was reliving that horrible night. The stewardess invited me to the cockpit. Despite my adult mind screaming to stop, my younger self eagerly accepted. The pilot greeted me warmly, explaining the controls. But then I saw the creature crawling on the windshield. It had dark brown fur, pointy horns, and sharp claws. "John, what's your name?" the pilot asked, oblivious to the creature. "That thing crawling on the windshield," I stammered, terrified. The pilot dismissed it as a shadow, but I knew better. The creature's red eyes met mine, filled with bloodthirst. Its grin revealed rows of sharp teeth. I woke up, drenched in sweat, heart pounding, and was asleep beside me. I felt terrible for how I had treated her. The plane jolted, and I felt like we were falling. I tried to look out the window, but the storm made it impossible to see anything. I asked a flight attendant if we were close to our destination, but he said we were only halfway there. "Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that your seat belts are fastened. We may experience some turbulence," the voice over the intercom announced. The warning repeated, distorted and eerie. Then a bright flash revealed the creature on the wing. It looked at me and made a throat-slitting gesture. The plane plunged into darkness. I reached for Anne, but her seat was empty. Panic set in. I stumbled towards the cockpit, but the pilots were gone. The navigation system blared. "Terrain, pull up. Terrain, pull up." I knew we were in danger. The cockpit door slammed shut behind me. Honey, are you all right?" I called out. No response. Then I saw the creature, grinning with those bloodthirsty eyes. The last thing I saw was its terrifying face, and I knew I couldn't escape the fear that had haunted me for so long. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.